Good evening, lords and ladies of the East Kingdom. Welcome to the 8th Ethereal Court of their Majesties, Magnus Tindal and Alberic.
Good afternoon. The weather is warming. Spring is upon us. It truly is April. And I was reminded, I think it was yesterday, it's the 1-year anniversary of what I'm going to call was the first Ethereal Court. I would say that's a really good guess, right? I think that's an interesting fun fact, and it can be our only Ethereal Court anniversary.
I would agree with that. That would be really nice.
So we are joining you from the library room at Alexandria today. I think perhaps we need to start getting outside more soon, though. Thank you for joining us. It's fantastic to pull together all of the recording sessions and revisit those people that needed recognition, that were worthy of recognition, and get to see the fantastic scrolls. It's my favorite part.
Because the scrolls, of course, as people know, aren't seen during our recording sessions. And this is the time where we get to see them for the first time as will you. So if we may, please start the session.
Their Majesties would see before them Gerhard von Hohenzollern.
I am here.
Good evening. How are you doing?
I am well, Your Majesty. How are you?
Excellent. So you are currently Stone March's Seneschal.
Correct.
Are you currently or were the deputy web admin?
Yes, Your Majesty.
In addition to being a rapier marshal.
Yes.
In addition to making sure that the Stone March wiki entries are maintained.
Yes, Your Majesty.
We received many missives about you.
Excellent.
All good ones, I hope, Your Majesty.
They are fantastic. Looking at someone that is keeping the kingdom informed of the fantastic things going on while keeping the group functioning, such service to the kingdom should be recognized. And this evening, we would like to recognize your service by inducting you into our Order of the Silver Wheel.
This is a great honor, Your Majesties. Thank you very much. I'm in great company.
And Your Majesty, there is the medallion made by myself for Lord Gerhard.
Oh, that is awesome.
Ooh.
It's very shiny.
As it should be. That is a fantastic medallion, and I'm sure he will be well marked by its shininess so that others may know of his service.
And he will treasure it always.
I should wear it near my heart.
Tindal and Alberic, consuls to these vast eastern realms, to all the magistrates, constables, bailiffs, reeves, sheriffs, and all the faithful subjects who will look at the present writing, greetings. We wish to bring to the notice of all present and future by the contents of these, that since the noble man Gerhard von Hohenzollern offered various and many services to us, our noble lineage, and to the whole kingdom, particularly as fencing marshal, deputy web minister, and seneschal to our barony of Stonemarch, do we induct Gerhard into the Order of the Silver Wheel, with all honors, duties, badges, and rights contained within. So that the content of this recognition of ours may have the force of perpetual stability and cannot in the course of time be revoked, withdrawn, or invalidated, we have strengthened the present letters with the protection of our double seal. dated by our hands Anna Societatis 55 in our glorious Eastern Kingdom.
For Gerhardt, newest companion to the Order of the Silver Wheel. Vivat!
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 Yay!
Their Majesties would see before them Pixie of Ironbog.
Hello, Your Majesties. I'm here.
Good evening. Let's see what missives we have about Pixie.
Someone who is keeping track of things that have happened. Are you the Baronial Chronicler?
Yes, I am.
Always helping with Pennsic set up and tear down.
Yes, I do.
A cook. I like food.
I like food too.
Yes, I do.
And always willing to help out their Baron and Baroness as a baronial attendant.
Yes, I do.
What should we do?
I think, since these people have written all these great things about Pixie, that she deserves to belong to the Order of the Silver Wheel.
Thank you, Your Majesties.
This is a well-earned honor. We are just happy that we get to be here to recognize all of the work that you have done for your barony, for your kingdom, for the people of the East.
Thank you so much.
Well deserved.
Hear now the voice of the East Realm raised in word fame. Word fame for Pixie of Ironbog, most worthy. Worthy and noble is she, tireless and diligent. Diligent in kitchen, for Dayboard's delights well known. Known as a chronicler also, steadfast worker and builder of camp and hearth, without which none might rest. Rest assured she is well deserving to enter this Order of the Silver Wheel, which honor the crown bestows before kingdom and barony, that all may hear. Hear now the voice of the East Realm, raised in word fame. Words by Dorigen of the Grey Gate. Calligraphy and illumination by Triona McCaskey.
For Pixie, newest companion to the Order of the Silver Wheel. Vivat!
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 Their Majesties would call now before them Simon de Portier.
Present.
Simon, we have heard some fantastic things about the efforts you have been putting into two of my favorite communities. One, serving as a Knight Marshal and the fighting community, but two, also serving as a youth officer and growing the population that will mature into adults and replace us someday. As someone who has been a Knight Marshal and has been tasked with maintaining and managing the gear, I am overjoyed to hear that you have taken that part of the job on as well, running a combined youth-heavy practice, maintaining youth loaner gear, and really encouraging growth in a community that I think is vital to the success of our kingdom and our society. I've spent a long time talking about all the ways you make me happy. The kingdom prospers because of your service, and as a result, we feel that you are due induction into our Order of the Silver Wheel.
Thank you kindly. I appreciate that.
If all you do is keep doing what you're doing, we will be well served. Thank you.
I enjoy doing what I do, which is why I do it.
Love that.
Known far and wide for his skill upon the fields of battle, Simon de Portier comes before us, though today not for reasons of prowess. Today he comes before us for his diligence in serving Cantavia and the surrounding communities, fostering youth martial activities, maintaining armor, and encouraging participations, are reasons we, Alberic and Tindal, Consules of the East, see fit to add Simon to our companions of the Order of the Silver Crescent, done our 8th Ethereal Court Anno Societatis 55. Scroll forthcoming.
For Simon, newest companion to the Order of the Silver Wheel. Vivat!
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 Yay!
Yay!
Majesties require the presence of Devlin McPherson.
Good evening, Your Majesties.
Hello. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing well.
I'm going to steal it. That's a nice hat.
Thank you.
Quiet and efficient service, just getting the job done. Right? It's not about asking what needs to be done. It's about getting it done without a fuss. These are the words that I would use to describe you, Devlin.
Marshal Fence, Deputy Knight Marshal, and now current Knight Marshal of Bergenthal.
Former Knight Marshal of Bergenthal. I handed it off last year.
All right. See, look at all these great services to our kingdom. One of the things that I really got to know you during was during Margarita's reign as her captain of the guard. And that's no easy feat either. That's a lot of wrangling of people, making sure they're in the right spots at the right times for every event that Margarita went to.
Yeah, it was challenging, but it was also fun. And I got to meet a lot of wonderful people. So 1,000% worth it.
And those wonderful people got to meet you as well. And the impression was positive. The impression was overwhelmingly positive. And that is what makes it so important and so easy for us today to induct you into our Order of the Silver Crescent.
And is there a medallion?
Your Majesties, there is a medallion. It is not, unfortunately, present with them at this time. However, we do have a picture of it that Lord Matthias is going to share. This is a collaborative piece between Robert McNeil and myself, Audrey Bennett.
Oh, my Lord.
Wow.
Wow. Thank you so much.
That is
beautiful.
A fitting medallion for the station you have earned.
Thank you, Your Majesties.
There's none of the East more faithful and kind, so we of natural inclination do favor him with all our heart and mind, who with fervent, tender, true intention reflects in his service his affection for the Queen who charged him with her defense, and all whom he's taught and share connection tell us of his honor, laud, and reverence. D for deeds done with determination, E for excellence, V most valiant, I inspires, L without limitation, L leaves last, I removes impediment, N for nothing neglected, none undone, who's been Knight Marshal, Shining Guard Captain, worthy a silver crescent, such a one, service to fencing and crown he's wrapped in. For his many years of service do we induct Devlin McPherson into the Order of the Silver Crescent, done by our hand in our ethereal court, Anno Societatis 55. Words by Maeve Inyan O'Kelly, calligraphy and illumination by Sarlia Inyan Kennedy.
For Devlin, newest companion to the Order of the Silver Crescent. Vivat!
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 Vivat! Welcome! Yay!
Devlin!
Congratulations.
Good afternoon, East Kingdom. This is Maeve, the Kingdom Seneschal. Many have heard of the fire suffered in the barony of Concordia of the Snows. The storage facility holding many of the baronial items was burnt to the ground. Luckily, thankfully, no one was hurt. And on behalf of their excellencies and of the Barony's Seneschal, I say thank you to all who have offered their support in these early days. At the moment, their Excellency's Chief of Staff, Anne de Basilian, is compiling a list of offers of help, while their Excellencies and staff are compiling a list of what's been lost. They thank you very much for your offers of help, including outside of the East Kingdom, our cousins in Ethelmark. We have contacted corporate office to inquire about insurance that might be applicable here. And as the situation develops, we will share more information. In a few moments, the web ministry will show a link for a website where information is being coordinated. I also want to remind the populace that soon there will be a topical town hall with the Society Seneschal and the Society President on the topic of the board's reopening guidelines. There is a link to be shown in a moment to submit your questions, which they will answer during the town hall. I encourage everyone to submit any questions that you have. This is obviously an ongoing and evolving conversation. Thank you, in service to the kingdom.
Thank you, Maeve. Our hearts definitely go out to our barony of Concordia of the Snows. As many of you may or may not know, that is our home barony. So please, if you can, go to the list, and if you want to help out, please sign up at the list.
And as we're talking about reopening and moving forward, my mind goes to an announcement that we've made since the last court that I wanted to bring everyone's attention back to, which is our plan for Crown Tournament and the selection of heirs. We're looking at feeder tournaments throughout the kingdom, leading to a Crown Tournament. We are still looking for bids until May 1st for the feeder tournaments. We are looking for letters until May 15th. And it's really those two together. We may need a lot of feeder tournaments. So don't think that because a group within your region is submitting a bid, that that's all we're going to need. For this to work, options and choices for flexibility are going to be so vitally important. And I would encourage anyone who is considering putting in a letter,
please do. We would love to see a crown list come together.
And we would love to see a crown list that was of the proportion that we have come to expect in the East, but we very much understand that this is going to be a difficult and weighty decision. And so contemplate carefully and make the right call for yourselves.
So let's please get on with recognizing our lovely populace.
Their Majesties would see now before them Vika Grigina Zaprahi.
I am here, Your Majesties.
Welcome. I would like to talk about specifically some stuff that's going on that's important to how we are functioning right now. Deputy Kingdom Web Minister for Support, Ministry of Arts and Sciences Web Minister, and one of my favorite ones, created the workflow for uploading videos to the EK YouTube for the Ministry of Arts and Sciences. Art and that ability to stay connected through art has been so vital for our kingdom, and you have been so instrumental in making that happen. It's what's keeping the East breathing right now.
And making sure we don't have certain issues that during the regal courts where you're working behind the scenes and making sure everything is working on time.
And I really do appreciate the tremendous amount of work, the active recording, the court management. It makes us seem better. Thank you.
And it's so deserving for us to induct you into this order, into our Order of the Silver Crescent, with all of the voices behind it. And is there a medallion?
Apparently there is, Your Majesties.
Excellent.
Very nice.
Your Majesties, I also have one that was made for me by Countess Geneviève du Vent-Argent, which I will pass to you when I see you next.
Great. Thank you, Your Majesties. I'm humbled by this honor.
It is so very well deserved with all of the service that you have done in keeping this kingdom moving forward.
Thank you.
It is with great joy that we, Alberic and Tindal, Consules of the East, hear the words of the companions of the Silver Crescent echoing loudly in the ether, voices bellowing the desires to have one stand among them, one who has served so tirelessly through times of plague and the before times, whose work is filled with effort, graced with dignity, and blessed with steadfastness. And so, with our right seated upon the tiger thrones, do we join Vika Grigina Zaprahi to the order during our 8th Ethereal Court, Anno Societatis 55, scroll forthcoming.
For Vika, newest companion to the Order of the Silver Crescent. Vivat!
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 Welcome.
Yay!
Their Majesties would call before them Charity Dale.
Hello, Your Majesties.
Woo! Evening.
Yay! How are you?
We are doing well. Let's talk about the number of ways that you have served the East. I'll start with your work as a herald, serving as mural, diadem, and pantheon herald under Brigantia, working the all-important consult tables. And then we go beyond that. We'll go back to I Like Food. Running day boards in, let's say, less than ideal conditions. I like food. I don't cook so well, especially without running water, especially in high winds.
It's a very challenging task to run a day board without certain items. And also, you've done a great job with doing research and documentation and aiding others for the ANS community. It's always great to be able to do that in this time of need.
So at this point, as we've heard the cheers, with the support of the order, we'd like to induct you into the Order of the Silver Crescent.
Thank you, Your Majesties. Thank you.
There are actually 2 medallions, Your Majesties. They are legacies, both of them.
Sneaky. He's sneaky.
The first is this is the Shark Pit medallion. Lady Magdalena, would you be so kind as to share the history of this medallion?
So for our Shark Pit medallion, and if anybody's titles are wrong, you need to update your wiki. So for our Shark Pit medallion, the legacy is Mistress Rhiannon the Curious, Master Natalia Anastasia and Evgevina, Gaius, formerly known as Master Fergus McRae, Vicomte Alexandre Leroux d'Alvigné, Viscountess Eularia True, Mistress Ava Woodrose, Baron Colin Ursell, Master Fraser MacLeod, Master Pasquale Delmar, Master Ogedai Beckenjob, Mistress Leonette d'Angly, Mistress Aldreda de Tamworth, Countess Marguerite Ingen-Locken, Master Lucien de Winter, Mistress Tola Knitter, Baroness Ingracia de Madrigal, and finally myself, Lady Magdalena von Kirchberg.
And then this is the Toad Legacy Medallion, formerly the Weresheep Medallion long ago.
Okay. And for this medallion, we have Mistress Renata McDougall, Master Rolf Gunnarsson, Master Kraken Nashbone, Mistress Alice McIntosh, Master Griffin Klasick Apmatic, Master Malcolm Bowman, Sir Antonio Petrasso, the Honorable Doña Emmeline Patterson, Master Owen Greenwood, Don Edmund Patterson, Mistress Caris Accipiter, Mistress Elizabeth Eleanor Lovell, Justice Keelan Ingen Phelan, Doña Engracia de Madrigal, and then myself.
Oh, the look of death.
I don't apologize for shocking you before.
So 2 lines have now converged into one. So both medallions.
Yeah, that's a lot of lines to
A lot of lines.
crossing the streams.
That's how you destroy the marshmallow.
That is
Yeah, well, I mean, something's got to get rid of COVID.
Let this be the thing.
Know ye all that our good and noble Charity Dale has worked long and hard for the benefit of our kingdom. She has tirelessly toiled to feed our fair kingdom at many an event, facing much hardship to do so. She has served the Brigantia Herald offices in numerous capacities, aiding our populace in many ways. She is a pillar of our community and an example for all. Therefore, at the request of the companions and by our wish, we, Tindal and Alberic, consuls of the East Realm, do induct this honorable lady into our Order of the Silver Crescent at this 8th Ethereal Court of the Eastern Consules Anno Societatis 55. Scroll by Lily Morgaine.
For Charity, newest companion to the Order of the Silver Crescent. Vivat!
Vivat!
Welcome.
Oh.
Their Majesties would see before them Remy de la Montagne de Gascony.
Hello.
Hello. I was recently thinking about a conversation we had a while ago that reminded me that you have been doing some fantastic video editing for the kingdom. I was thinking, of course, of the Eye of the Tiger video, which I enjoyed being a part of, but also looked so fabulous and was able to include so much of the kingdom through Remy's hard work. And of course, I assume everyone knows that he is teaching online classes to keep us all active, encouraging people, getting us better. And before that, I mean, was coordinating regional rapier practices.
He's missing someone behind him that he usually has because of his videos.
Maybe he's scared and hiding.
I don't know. I think he's coming in now. See?
There, is that good?
That is excellent. You've been recognized by the board of directors for all of your efforts in this hard work during this pandemic. And so, Audrey, would you please call in this order, please?
Their Majesties call before them their companions of the Order of the Silver Crescent.
Hey, Remy.
Hey,
Remy.
Woo, Remy.
Woo. Yay. Yay, Remy.
Hey, Remy.
Awesome, thank you.
You have been doing such a great job with the service to our kingdom by keeping it going with all of everything that you've been doing online. It's been excellent.
Nice. It's been a lot of fun. It's been great staying connected with everyone and trying to keep people, also, it's been good excuse to like see my friends a couple of times a week for the past year, even online, still with sword in hand and stuff. That's important part of my experience in the SCA. So it's nice to be able to find ways of continuing that and stuff. So thank you.
You're most welcome. And so with the strong support of the order, we would induct you into our Order of the Silver Crescent.
Know ye all that our good and noble Remy de la Montagne de Gascogne has worked long and hard for the benefit of our kingdom, most especially in his fearsome dedication to the fitness of the East fencing forces. Before the weird times, he organized, taught, and led many. Since then, he has given much of his time every week to provide training resources over the ether. Therefore, at the request of the companions and by our wish, we, Tindal and Alberic, consuls of the East Realm, do induct the noble Remy into our Order of the Silver Crescent, and further do grant him the exclusive right to bear these arms: argent, a chevron between 3 fleurs-de-lis, and on a chief azure, a wolf passant argent. In witness whereof we set our hand this day, Anno Societatis 55, at the 8th Ethereal Court of the Eastern Consules. Scroll, the Woodhaven Scriptorium.
For Remy, newest companion to the Order of the Silver Crescent. Vivat!
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 Welcome.
Congratulations, Remy.
Thank
Your Majesties would call before them Owen and Dwar.
I'm here, Your Majesties.
So let's start with how much you love that wonderful magical animal, the pig. Ham, bacon, pork. I'm still talking about the same animal. I'm still talking about food.
Yes.
But on top of that, you are our Northern Region Archery Marshal.
Yes.
And we're shadowing. That's a big one.
Yes.
And I can feel that I'm talking about the before times here. A coordinator of major demos.
A couple.
A couple.
Just a couple.
Just the way that we grow our kingdom and bring new people into the society and then foster their interests by enabling fun. You have done a tremendous amount for this kingdom, and you may have noticed we did not send our order away. It is our intention now, with their strong support, to induct you into our Order of the Silver Crescent.
Your Majesties, you made Owen speechless, and that's a rare thing.
Indeed.
I would say that Owen's service and dedication speaks for itself. And that is why this is an easy, strongly supported, and well-earned and due honor.
The order has spoken. They spoke a great many things about you, and you belong to this order.
Thank you, Your Majesties, and those that supported me.
Tindal and Alberic, by might and grace, ruling consul in the baronies, provinces, and shires of the East Kingdom and princes of Tirmara. Unto all dukes, counts, barons, sheriffs, provosts, and ministers, masters of craft, and faithful ones, greetings. We have inspected the letters of confirmation sent to us from diverse persons, attesting to the fine character and good works of our very faithful Owen Andwar of Endward, who has with tender care humbly served our subjects in time of war and peace, who has provided for their kitchens and tended their wounds, who has welcomed and clothed pilgrims newly arrived in our lands, and who has defended our border with longbow and stout arm. And we have furthermore consulted with those persons of our court who might attest to his upright virtue and diligent service, and have found him in all cases to be an upstanding, forthright, and diligent servant of our realm. Therefore, of our abundant grace to the beforesaid Owen Andwar do we induct him into our very ancients' Order of the Silver Crescent, in reward and token for his pains, and do further command that he shall be called forth as a member of that said order, aforesaid at all times and places where they may gather, and that he moreover has the right to wear the badge of this said order, in pale a crescent inverted argent and an eastern crown or. Thus have we commanded that these letters be made in the month of April, Anno Societatis 55, and conveyed to him with all great haste. And further, we do command that they be read before our court, with all gifts, grants, and confirmations conveyed at the time of reading, signed by our hands here before our ministers in the first year of our Eastern reign. Words by Anastasia Gutta, calligraphy and illumination by Tola Knitter.
For Owen, newest companion to the Order of the Silver Crescent. Vivat!
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 Vivat! And welcome.
I think we have some events coming up.
There are. I know that on April 24th, we have our Bardic Championships, which I believe if you're going to participate in, that letter needs to be in tonight.
Yes.
I like that we schedule all these courts on deadline, so
Yes.
that we can you could still beat the deadline, you could still sing a song, tell a story,
and participate and become our Bardic champion.
Bardic Champions is also warming up the talents of the kingdom as we get ready to go to war
On May 15th through the 23rd. So please, if you're so inclined, join them in supporting your Bard of choice in our Bardic War.
And I understand it's a full participation war, not just bards, games, other activities, a whole week of fun, not good to knock over any fires.
And if you haven't already, catch the Zoom where it happened. It was a lot of fun to participate in that. And yeah, our bards did a great job, not just in our kingdom, but others as well.
So just more singing and songs for the rest of April. Poetry Month.
Poetry. So let's recognize some more worthy of our hobbits.
Their Majesties would see before them Bishop Slate.
Your Majesties, I am Bishop of House Slate.
Good evening. I want to start with, I have heard a story that you are working on a fully authentic set of Roman armor.
That is correct, Your Majesty.
Particularly appealing to me. You are someone who is known for having a well-crafted persona, and then on top of that, sharing your research and knowledge with others, teaching classes, recreating 16th century items. It's take it all the way from Rome to the 16th century. You've covered more than I know about.
Quite a vast state of personas in history. Yes.
As such, we would like to recognize your research, your craft, your art, your contribution to the community in the East by inducting you into our Order of the Silver Brooch.
I am beyond humbled and beyond words, Your Majesties. Thank you.
It's our pleasure. And as a member of our Order of the Silver Brooch, have you previously been awarded arms and been given the rank of a noble?
In another time, another life, Your Majesty.
Excellent. Wanted to make sure, because the Silver Brooch would award you that title and rank as well. Very well deserved. Thank you for everything that you are contributing to our kingdom. You make it much more special having you here.
Thank you, Majesties.
A wise man wrote that, while the body perishes, a work of art lives forever. Likewise, while memories may wither and fade, the written word endures. Therefore, to honor the fine, excellent, and eternal persona work and items created by Bishop Slate, we, Tindal and Alberic, consuls of the East, by these present and ever certain letters, do hereby invest and endow the said Bishop Slate with the Order of the Silver Brooch. And we do further award the said Bishop Slate arms in the form following. Done by our hand in Anno Societatis 55. Scroll by Constance Saint-Denis. Words modified from examples by Alice McIntosh.
For Bishop Slate, newest companion to the Order of the Silver Brooch. Viva!
Viva!
Viva! Viva!
Viva!
Their Majesties would see before them Yacinda Cleland.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very well, thank you. There's a lot of missives about you. One is that you're a fiber artist.
Yes.
I think a lot of this is going to come back to fiber.
It is.
Spinner, knitting, weaving, and then on top of that, teaching others to spin.
Yes.
And she's also gifted largesse of hand-spun and dyed wool.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I have. That was fun.
I'm glad that you're enjoying it because you are making the kingdom richer with your efforts and your art and the fact that you are sharing that with others. Such a significant contribution to the arts community of the East. We would see recognized this day by inducting you into our Order of the Silver Brooch.
Say thank you. Thank you.
I believe there is a medallion being presented to you.
Yes, there is. That is for you. Thank you.
Is there a significance to the medallion, or is it?
It was my medallion that I received early on when the silver brooch first came out, and I thought it only appropriate.
That is a fantastic start to a wonderful legacy item. Now, I'm going to check again. Have you been awarded arms and raised to the ranks of our nobility?
No, I have not, Your Honor. I mean, Your Majesty.
You have now. As a member of our Order of the Silver Brooch, you are a lady of the society and a noble of the East.
So may I present for the first time Lady Yacinda.
To all who shall see and hear these present letters, both spun and woven, in effort to meet the ancient art and endeavors of this skilled subject, who not only of common renown, but testimony of nobles near and far abound, and in celebration of this gentility, knitting devotion to both arts and community, we Tindal and Alberic, consuls of the East, do gift Yacinda Cleland the silver brooch, signed by our hands Anno Societatis 55, scroll by Margriet von Wienhorst.
For Lady Yacinda, newest companion to the Order of the Silver Brooch. Viva!
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 That was beautiful. Who do we have to thank for that wonderful music?
Their Majesties would call before them Gregor von Mettenheim.
Good evening, Your Majesties. Hello.
Hello. That was fantastic.
Thank you very much.
I cannot thank you enough for what your talents to us to use in court. Like, to be able to create that atmosphere that we all remember from live courts across the ether has been, in no small part, due to people like you who contribute their art and the sound and the look. Clearly a very talented musician, but also someone that I know has been coordinating Bardic circles up in the northern region, as well as, I believe, the Bardic champion of Malagentia a few years ago.
Yes.
So we love to do this for Countess Vienna and Count Wilhelm tried to catch up with you at an event, but could not do so. So we are now proud to give you your troubadour.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
And I'm so happy we got to do this because we are benefiting so much from your talent and skill.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It's great to finally meet you, Your Majesties.
Too, as you as well.
For Gregor, newest companion to the Order of the Troubadour. Viva!
Viva!
Viva! Viva!
Viva!
Their Majesties would have before them Lily Morgaine.
Hello, Your Majesties.
Hello. So, let's talk about you. What do I got here? Oh, I already knew a lot of this. You are an extremely talented illuminator.
Thank you.
And I think one of my favorite things about what you do is your ability to incorporate personal details into the scrolls. The scroll is such a powerful reminder of a moment, but when you can see the understanding of who you are in that art, it makes it all that more special for the recipient.
I've seen her work and it's fabulous.
Right.
It's just amazing kind of stuff that she does.
And I think a lot of the success in that is her ability to work in different styles. You've created tremendous scrolls for the kingdom, as well as for Ostgard, and I'm going to pronounce it wrong so you get it. Under the game. Thank you. There's a group of people that agree with us that we would have you join today. Audrey, could you call in the order?
Their Majesties call before them their companions to the Order of the Maunch.
Yay!
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 Woohoo!
Woo!
I do have a gift.
Medallion?
Yes. Well, it's not a medallion. It is a ring that was made by her apprentice brother. It is a ring cast in fine silver using lost wax casting technique. And it is beautiful, and you should have her look at, or have her show it to you when you get a chance. And it was made by Baron Gaius Claudius Valerius.
Valerianus.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Because I was this close to saying it really wrong.
For someone who we have just talked about incorporating personal details in things for others, I think that is most fitting.
Yes.
And I do want to see if we can get together again, because that would be awesome to look at.
Yes, please look at it. Yes, yes. Thank you, Your Majesty.
You're so welcome. So much welcome.
For Lily, newest companion to the Order of the Maunch. Viva!
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 As I was saying at the beginning of court, we are, of course, joining everyone from our library room at Alexandria today, which was fashioned by a full crew of very talented workers. The Honorable Lord John Fitzthomas,
Lady Jana von Gusenberg,
Lady Tabitha DeLund,
Elena de Blue,
Baron Emerson True,
the Honorable Lady Olivia Baker,
and Mistress Heather de Gordon. Thank you for everything you did, all of the effort. It really elevates what we are able to do in court. Of course, I am wearing a lovely tunic made for me by the Honorable Lady Astrid.
My tunica is made by Baroness Catherine Laborde Rhodes, and my lovely toga here is provided by His Majesty, which is made by Mistress Felicia. Felicity, sorry.
It's my toga pomada made
It
by
is.
Mistress Felicity. Provide
It's lovely. It's great.
It's great.
You may not get a fan.
Well, we'll see. And of course, the traditional Crydock circlets. Thank you to everyone who's making us look good, who's making our sets look good, but also to those out in the kingdom that are making our kingdom look good. There's so much going on that looks so amazing. And it's really, as we talk about it being spring, it's really heartwarming to see people opening up, looking forward with hope, creating, practicing, and remaining active.
And for those who may have been confused earlier, we gave a troubadour to Gregor, and there was a lovely pieces of music that he created for us, and they were actually done in the session, but somehow got missed. And so if you had missed out on the context of why we gave him a troubadour, that's why.
He did doing some tremendous musical work for the Ethereal courts, and yes, those that were in the recording session got to enjoy one of his pieces at the time. Out of context is always fun for a conversation.
So
in context to words now?
In context to words now, please. So as we still continue through this plague times, I had to reach out to a certain group of people since I cannot get around to see the inspiration that is occurring all around us. This next person that will receive my token inspiration was recommended by Duchess Keelan of Setmore Swamp. And Audrey, if you would please call this person in.
His Majesty would see before him Xavier the Sinister.
You did an excellent job with doing the mock woods battle as a game rollout. It was excellent to see that. It was nice to participate a few nights ago where His Majesty got to be on one side, and I don't know if he won or lost because I had to drop off early.
I was put on the side wearing red, so I was unsuccessful in the woods. Seemed an accurate simulation.
So Xavier, you're an inspiration to everyone around you and an inspiration to the East. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Your Majesties.
For Xavier, newest recipient of His Majesty's token of inspiration, Vivat!
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 Vivat! Vivat! Their Majesties call before them Isaac ibn Quran.
I am here, Your Majesties.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing very well. I'm pretty sure the last time I saw you, you were on the field fighting. It's possible it was I think the last time I saw you was at Ducal Challenge.
I last saw you in the Burka pit, just this last Burka that we had.
Yeah.
Now, one of my favorite parts of your SCA story is the fact that you were someone that transitioned into the heavy list earlier than I was able to. How old were you when you authorized?
16.
16. And then I'm going to go back to Ducal Challenge. I saw you end up in a pool with entirely chivalry that day.
Yeah.
And you performed admirably. Your skill is growing. I have been following. I know that you just completed the 100-day Pell Challenge.
Yes.
But beyond that, you're someone who, and this is an investment in our society and the kingdom. You've researched your persona.
Yes.
You've grown beyond. See, he's way ahead of me. Grown beyond just being a fighter. These are noble pursuits. This evening, we would like to induct you into our Order of the Silver Tiger.
It's an honor. Thank you so much.
This will also raise you to the ranks of our nobility. So now we will bestow upon you the title of Lord Isaac.
Thank you.
It is fitting that favorable things done by our young subjects be confirmed and protected by documents and witnesses with the report and evidence of the actions taken, lest they be obscured by dispute or cloud of oblivion. One such person is Isaac ibn Quran, whose mettle in holding the field against all of our warriors at Burka and Ducal challenges, the dedication in guarding our noble ancestor, and the kindness in helping with whatever tasks are required has reached our persons. So moved do we, Tindal and Alberic, consuls for these eastern lands, induct Isaac into the Order of the Silver Tiger, and further, so all may know his likeness, award him arms as are fit for him to bear, and charge him to consult with our heralds. Words by Matthias Grunwald, calligraphy by Thera Eriksdottir. Inspired by a charter to re-establish Krakow by Gremislava of Lutsk, 1257 AD.
For Lord Isaac, newest companion to the Order of the Silver Tiger, Vivat!
Vivat!
Vivat! Vivat!
Oh! Congrats, Isaac!
Their Majesties call now before them Damon McRonan.
Good evening, Your Majesties.
Good evening. See, I like this. We're right back on the same camera. So, like, I could talk about how you have been actively attending practices with our newest inductee into the Order of the Silver Tiger.
That is true, Your Majesties.
I got to see you also complete the 100-day Pell Challenge. So when I think about you, when I see the progress you're making, I think of someone who is both dedicated and persevering. I saw you at Ducal Challenge.
I saw in 100 minutes work.
It is an inspiration to look at someone who is training to recover and come back stronger. That makes it possible for me to look at challenges and understand the things you are accomplishing inspire me to try harder, to be better myself. And we would like to recognize your accomplishments on the fighting field specifically tonight and induct you into our Order of the Silver Tiger.
Thank you, Your Majesty. I am humbled by this honor.
I believe there is a medallion.
There is, Your Majesties, there is a medallion crafted by Lord Robert McNeil.
Wow. That is amazing.
That is a fantastic piece of art that I am happy will mark you as someone who is a fighter of renown and note within the East.
Valiant warriors of the East, heed our words that we, Tindal and Alberic, consuls of this fierce kingdom, must recognize one among you. Determined and undaunted, Davin McRonan has honed his skills despite difficulties. He has sought combat near and far with his son at his side, traversing the length of the kingdom to put his swords to the test. In these trying times, when travel is prohibited, Appel suffered his blows for 100 consecutive days, while Davin built endurance and precision. He stands ever ready to take the field with the fighters of Duchy von Drachenklaw to defend the East Kingdom against all foes. For his inspiring dedication to the discipline do we induct Davin McRonan into the Order of the Silver Tiger, done by our hand in our ethereal court, Anna Societatis 55. Words by Maeve Inanu Kelly. Document by Leonetta D'Angeli. Document based on several folios from the Book of Kells.
For Damon, newest companion to the Order of the Silver Tiger. Viva!
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 21! Guys!
His Majesty calls before them Barry of Anglesey.
Barry of Anglesey reporting as requested.
Lord Barry, I have some time to fill, and so I thought I'd tell a fun story from a couple of years ago. I wasn't done with you yet. So a number of years ago, I traveled to the east from Ethelmark, and I was fighting, and Barry was there because Barry is everywhere in the southern portion of the East Kingdom. And I pulled him over to my royal cousin at the time, the King of the East, is Grace Brennan. And Barry, do you remember how I introduced you?
Not specifically, but I do remember lots of positive feelings about it.
There were lots of positive feelings. I had one thing in particular, because as someone from, sometimes it's that perspective from across the border that's important. And I said, if you don't know Barry, find him fighting with his spear. It's all over YouTube now. It's great, like 9 steps to becoming as awesome as Barry with spear. But what I said was, this is someone who I see on the field, and I know that his fighting is of a quality of the Order of the Tiger's combatant. And now I am a member of the Order of the Tiger's combatant, and I get to talk with them, and turns out they all agreed with me.
So Audrey, if you please call them the order.
Their Majesties call before them their companions to the Order of the Tiger's combatant.
Barbar!
All the way from the outlands to speak
Father.
It's a very popular decision, Your Majesty.
I have a rowdy group of friends. I apologize.
Barry, your impact on the fighting field is well known.
I want to kind of.
The renown is known. I want to see you walking around wearing tigers and a member of this order, because you spend the vast majority of the year making this kingdom better through your efforts, your knowledge, and your training. I am very happy to be able to induct you into our Order of the Tigers Combatant today.
Is there a medallion?
There better be.
There is, Your Majesty.
Is there a legacy to this medallion?
There is a legacy. This medallion came to me by way of Theoden the Oarsman and Sir William McCrimmon. And it is my pleasure to give it to you, Barry. Very, very happy for you.
I'd be very honored to wear it. Thank you.
Dedication and practice with weapons of combat lead to skill and mastery in battle. Fighters advancing their own skills, teaching others, and being an integral part of a melee unit are marks of a true Eastern combatant. We have heard of the devotion to arms of Barry of Anglesey. He has regularly attended fight practices and events in and around Bacale, and has consistently shown his skill with spear and polearm. He is a patient teacher and trains others. He is also a renowned melee commander, and provides extensive information about bridge battles and other tactics to other fighters. Therefore do we, Tindal and Alberic, consuls of these eastern lands, during our 8th Ethereal Court, grant arms unto Barry of Anglesey, and induct him into the Order of the Tigers Combatant. Scroll by Catherine Barr.
For Barry, newest companion to the Order of the Tigers Combatant.
Vivat!
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 Very enthusiastic crowd of people for Barry's OTC. It was really nice to do that evening, and it's great to hear His Majesty speak wonderful words about Barry and his introduction to Duke Brennan. In the before times when we were going to have events, there was a thing that we were going to do, and that was going to be a youth guard. And that was something that I was really looking forward to. And our lovely Chancellor of Minors, Hugeline, has put together a web form for the children of the East and the preteens and older teens to have certain quests laid out before them to be able to be members of that youth guard and to get awarded prizes at the end when they complete these quests. If you go to the Chancellor of Minors webpage and under the Tiger Camp, you'll see a form there. And in that form is to give ideas for the youth of our kingdom quests so they may achieve this accomplishment. So that is something I really look forward to, and partnering with Hugeline and her amazing staff of putting those quests together. So thank you very much.
So anyone can go and put in a suggestion for a quest?
Correct.
And when do the kids get to start going on these quests?
I believe May 1st is the deadline to have those requests in.
Excellent. I am looking forward to getting the, hold on. I would encourage everyone to always go and check out the websites we talk about, because sometimes dates escape us. They may need to get those quests in a little bit earlier. The kids may get to start on May 1st. But I'm excited to see that you actively involved. I'm excited to get to see.
It is something that we had discussed previously, and it was part of Margarita's reign to have some certain things put into Curia for that, and for me to be able to have a youth guard present when we were at events.
Yeah, that it's fantastic. It gets us moving again. Go find the web form, supply some suggestions of activities for the kids. Get those quest suggestions in. I'm gonna go early. April 25th. April 25th. Have them in by April 25th. Now let's throw to some awards.
Their Majesties call before them Seth of Windhaven.
Hello, Your Majesties.
Good evening. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Excellent. You were extremely active in the thrown weapons community in the before times, I'll call them.
Correct.
My favorite thing I heard about you was what exceeded your skill was how much you encouraged others to throw whenever possible.
Thank you.
Offering support, offering suggestions, someone who's been active in our Foresters Guild as well.
These are all great things.
I think we should raise Seth to the ranks of our nobility and award him arms this evening.
With a silver mantle, I would believe that would be great.
We did talk a tremendous amount about throwing. Yeah. Let's induct him into the Order of the Silver Mantle.
I would be honored, thank you.
It is our pleasure. You have had a tremendous impact on the throwing community of the East, one of my favorite activities. Thank you. This is very well deserved. And I'm going to take this one for the first time. Lord Seth.
In north, cold and ice, frozen forest land, treads there strong of heart and young in years, ranger companion to brothers and sisters, Windhaven son and faithful friend Seth, forester, axe wielder, guardian, watching over all, safekeeping, shoulder strong, bearing others who stumble in camp or mead hall, willing hands ready, true, labor and service strong, or delicate in song. Dedicated son and martial brother, be remembered now, for your long service with axe and knife keen, from your skilled hand thrown to find fiercely their mark. An outward sign shall let all who see know that you, Seth, have shown martial skill so sure, and have served us so well, as Consules of the East, we, Alberic and Tindal, speak, declaring before this ethereal court, in the 55th year of the Society, that you are a companion of our Order of the Silver Mantle and awarded arms. Words by Gwillem Kenneth, scroll by Audrey Bennett.
For Lord Seth, newest companion to the Order of the Silver Mantle. Viva! 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 Viva!
Yay!
Woo! Thank you all.
Their Majesties call before them Asher de Lincolia.
I am present.
Excellent. Let's keep talking about throwing things.
I like throwing things.
You, first of all, contribute so much to your community. One of my favorite things is anybody who's willing to marshal. Enables the community to grow, enables others to participate. But beyond you're currently Quintavia's marshal, I believe.
Yes.
Formerly Carolingia's throne marshal.
Yes.
Someone that I frequently see at the Crown Throne Championships, someone who I hope to someday see as a champion throwing for us at Penzic. We would like to induct you into our Order of the Silver Mantle.
I think I Majesties.
Okay. You're most welcome. It's an honor for us to be able to recognize you in this fashion.
Of the cold forests we sing, the air crisp with the scent of spruce and pine, the stillness broken by the flight of the axe, silently spinning towards its target. With a sudden thud, the axe strikes true. For whose deft hand did so sure volley come, but Asher de Lincolia, marshal, teacher, thrower? The spring winds blow and carry with them the words of Tindal and Alberic, consuls of the East. Here in the 55th year of our society, do we summon Asher before our Order of the Silver Mantle, his place to join. May he bear the title Lord, and hold these arms with pride. Purple, inverted azure, sable and argent, in chevron a spear, and a gladius argent. Scroll by Kenrick Aubrey.
For Asher, newest companion to the Order of the Silver Mantle. Viva!
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 Welcome to the order, Asher.
Congrats, Asher.
Their Majesties call before them Safia Al-Nagira.
I'm here.
You're definitely on a roll with throwing, not only throwing, but a master thrower.
Master thrower. This is you. Did you run the Royal Roundapalooza?
I did, in fact.
That was a gift to the kingdom. Thank you. You are someone who has represented the kingdom as a throwing champion. You are a paragon within the throwing community of the East. There is a group of people that I know agree with us.
And Audrey, would you please invite them, please?
Their Majesties call before them their Order of the Golden Mantle.
Thank you.
Yeah. I
Congratulations.
Medallion.
Here's your Majesties. I had something nice made for her. It is her birthday, by the way.
Oh,
Happy birthday!
Thank you.
You should look at it first.
Oh, it's very cool. So sea turtles are on my heraldry and they are ringing the golden mantle. I will send a photo. It is very cool. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Well,
Thank you.
This is such a well-deserved recognition. I am so happy that we get to have you join our Order of the Golden Mantle to grow the skill and the excitement of throwing in the East. You've done so much already. This is a well-deserved honor.
Thank you very much.
Master thrower, striking teacher, blazing tiger who wreaks vengeance with knife, axe, and spear. When this noble order is read aloud, let it be known that Safia Al-Nagira, purveyor of the Roundapalooza, teacher of the Eastern Hordes, and champion on the fields of Penzek, be named to the Order of the Golden Mantle, with all rights that are richly deserved. Further, so all may see her noble bearing, do we, Tindal and Alberic, sultans of these eastern realms, command the aforesaid Safia to be granted arms in the form azure, on a bend sinister between two pairs of axes in saltire argent, 3 natural sea tortoises vert, done in our sharp eastern lands, AS 55, words by Matthias Grunwald, scroll by Mbella Nutdotter.
For Safia, newest companion to the Order of the Golden Mantle.
Viva!
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 Yay!
All of the members of our populace.
It is a pleasure to get to recognize them. So now, if this is your first time in an ethereal court, just please stand up.
We can't do that.
All right. So how about
we get to do more fun things?
How about if you showed up for ethereal court today and you'd like some largesse, you can go to the ethereal court announcement. Click on the link.
Yes, and that word in honor of this month is poetry.
So you're going to need to know the secret word is poetry.
Exactly.
You go to the court announcement on the EK events page.
Yep, and you have until midnight to get your submission in.
And you have to remember poetry.
And you have to remember poetry.
But you don't have to write poetry. Just not a poem, just write poetry.
Just poetry, yes. Okay. Yes, the secret word for the largesse is poetry.
Thank you for everyone who joined us today. It is encouraging to see things within the kingdom, within the society moving forward. It's nice to see hope, to look around and to see the opportunities afforded to some of the members of our kingdom to make strides to bringing us back together. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much for joining us. We love you and we miss you, and we can't wait to see you again.
And in closing, our hearts go out to our Barony of Concordia and to everyone within the East that has lost within this last year while we have been apart.
There being no further business, the 8th Ethereal Court of their Majesties is hereby closed. Thank you everyone for coming this evening. Stay safe. We'll see everyone soon.